Hello there, you beautiful people. My name is Willow's Duality, and welcome back to Supreme Commander Forged Alliance Forever, where today we're going to be casting a 6v6 played on the Nerox's map generator. Before we get into introducing our players, starting with Team 1 in the top left and following with Team 2 in the bottom right, I'd like to bring your attention to the button down below that says Join. You can join the channel membership and get access to a few cool fucking emotes. And I've already said fucking, so this is demonetized. Whatever. Let's go ahead and get into introducing our players with Team 1 at the top left and the blue UEF going first land for Team 1 by the name of Quantum Typhoon. We'll be rocking this most northeastern position for Team 1. To his west, we have a white Cybran best faction going first land by the name of In the Grand. He's going to be rocking over here next to his orange Cybran allies. Cybran's got to stick together. He is an orange Cybran, and he is going first land, and his name is Hot Soup, and he streams on Twitch. Go check him out. Moving on to the south, we have ourselves a maroon Aeon going first land by the name of Geneva Convention. Rocking this spot over here. Then over here to the south of him, we have ourselves a green Cybran going first land by the name of Fiasco 21. And he's rocking out with his cock out here in the center. Why did I say that? And last but not least for Team 1, we have We have a Seraphim. I know it's horrible. A brown Seraphim at that. Bad color, bad faction. His name is Sub Q, which we've seen him before. He's a pretty decent player, and he has gone first land. Why did I say what I said about Fiasco? Oh. Okay, let's go ahead and get into introducing our players for Team 2, starting with the Aeon in the far south by the name of Scuzz going first land. Gonna have to blow through these a little bit more quickly. Then we have a red UEF by the name of Barg going first land. It's actually Barg 6516. Moving to the east, we have ourselves a gray Cybran going by the name of Boxeroo going first land. He's gonna be rocking the furthest back position, probably the air position. Then we have a green Seraphim, a bad faction, kind of a nice color. It's like a lime green. It's very nice. By the name of Zepheth, or Zepheth. I think it's Zepheth. And he is a channel supporter. I didn't mention, but Geneva Convention, also channel supporter. They've been around for a bit, both of them. Then last but not least for this entire game, as long as I'm not missing anybody, it's Urfe, the pink UEF going first land. Did I miss anybody? Oh, I missed somebody. It's the yellow Aeon going first land by the name of Boba Fett. And now we've introduced everybody. We can get the game back to normal speed and check on the reclaim. 32,000. Bit much for my liking, but I do like that most of it's here in the middle. Gonna see some players fighting over it. Whenever we go into free cam, you can see the terrain. There's a lot of raising and lowering of the elevation. There's these plateaus and hills and just generally hard to traverse terrain that are gonna make these players have to think differently about how they approach the map. Selin war between a Selin out from Zepheth and a Selin out from Sub Q. Zepheth loses it. Overall, players expanding out. It's a 92% balanced game, so a very balanced game. We have a mix of low rateds and average rateds. It's just a bunch of average people, really. We have from about 600 or 700 all the way up to 1,300. And of course, when we go ahead and look at the settings, you can see that it's victories consistent. There is no share. No sharing of unit cap at death. And I think it's share until death. Where is the share condition? Share until death. So no full share this game. Everybody, if you die, you die. So we're gonna have to keep an eye out for snipes and other various things over here in the north. Ooh, which comm is firing already? Comm? These comms was already shooting stuff. Oh, I'm guessing it was Boba Fett, and it was indeed Boba Fett. Boba Fett really far out here with no support. about to be in a little bit of danger as Quantum Typhoon and Boba Fett right on top of each other. This could be... It's Boba Fett, not Fett. Wow, I'm horrible. They're going to be right on top of each other. This damage and range going up very quickly for Quantum Typhoon. Quantum Typhoon going to be a huge issue for Boba Fett. He's going to have to fall back. He's not going to be able to hold this. Once damage and range finishes, he doesn't care if you're spamming units. He one-shots Auroras. That's going to be a difficult situation for Boba Fett to deal with, but I guess... it could be worse. I mean, he's still going to have a lot of production, and of course he didn't go for an upgrade, so he's going to have more production on the way. He's expanding a little bit better than his blue opponent, and he has access to a few more safe mixes. So going to have to keep an eye on that situation up here. Down here in the south, it seems as though about the same happening between Scuzz and Sub-Q. These players starting to butt heads a little bit. These players a little bit higher rated than those in the north, so they're going to be a bit faster at almost everything, and these players are of course going to be spamming up their expansions. All of these mexes being grabbed up here in the center. A little bit of fighting between these units as people get various upgrades from T2. The damage and range upgrade finishing for Quantum Typhoon. He's going to get an energy storage with all those engineers, and he's going to start to walk forward. Does he know what waits outside his base? He does indeed, so if he just starts walking forward, he should think he has an advantage. I would think I'd have an advantage. One blapping those Aurora out of existence is going to be putting Boba Fett in a very unhappy mood. You could say he'd be fretting over the issue. Damage and range on the way for Urfe. Over here in the middle, Fiasco taking a extremely aggressive position, but it does seem to be working out for him so far, as he's going to be able to keep Barg 6516 from pushing his position. He's going to have a lot of production right here. T2 on the way for Barg is going to be significant. I think it's about to finish for him. Damage and range still on the way now for Urfe. Zepheth showing up over here trying to help out Urfe in the land war. So it's a little bit of a 2v1 over here, where In the Grand is against both Zepheth and Urfe, but overall seems as though the unit spam is about even over here. We have some units from Geneva Convention showing up. Geneva Convention taking up a spot in the middle. Up here on the northeast, it seems Boba Fett may just be dead. He needs to stop Quantum Typhoon from moving his comm forward, but Boba Fett decides to turn around for a second. That's a horrible decision. Quantum Typhoon needs to just focus on the comm. He doesn't have intel of it for some reason. He keeps on stopping and getting stopped by these T1 Aurora tanks. He just needs the intel to be able to kill off Boba Fett and get the first scalp of the game, but it doesn't seem to be happening for him. Scuzz and Sub-Q under a lot of fighting with each other. There's a lot of fighting going on in both of these corners. Really interesting to see how this is going to go moving on. Boba Fett still under huge threat from this gun comm. This gun comm already up to 1 veterancy and just blapping away tanks with each shot. Over here to the southeast, Barg is trying to set up a little bit of a fire base right here to just stop the aggression coming out from Fiasco. There's various units going on across the screen. There's a bit of fighting going on between Urfe, Zepheth, and In the Grand, along with some units out from Geneva Convention. There's just action happening across the map right now. Sensors on the way for Geneva Convention as these players just start to go into battle and throw shots at each other. Sub-Q and Scuzz in a very dangerous situation. Both of them very low on health. Would not be surprised to see a double ejection if they get too close to being dead with each other, but Scuzz right now running out of units. He needs to kill Sub-Q, and he needs to kill Sub-Q quickly. He needs to keep walking forward. He doesn't have the units to survive this. He's gonna die. He wants to at least trade out his life with Sub-Q's, and I think that might be what's gonna happen. Sub-Q down to almost no HP. This comm will die. Both comms will die. If either dies, they both die. They both die. Sub-Q and Scuzz going down at the exact same time. 8 minutes, and we have 2 players down, 1 for each team. These corner players not faring very well for either side on the southwest corner. And now it's going to be Fiasco and Barg fighting for that location. We may even see some incursion out from Boxeroo to come take this over. It is relatively close to him. He is a bit higher rated than Barg. generally higher rated players going to go for those expansions. Same with this side. We might see some Geneva Convention stuff showing up. He might show up and try and take over this area. Has a lot of units flooding into the area now. Over here on the north side, it seems as though Quantum Typhoon has given up on the Guncom getting a scalp on Boba Fett. Boba Fett still fighting up here, but going to be a bit difficult for these players. Region Aura on the way for Zepheth. I wonder what the logic behind this is. I mean, I know at T1, Region Aura can be pretty powerful repairing your units and such, but I generally think Nano is the better call. I don't know if the difference between those upgrades is too huge. 56,000 versus 18,000. Nano is just much cheaper, in fact. Oh, man. We take a minute while the smoke clears from the fighting in the bottom left. We can see that the teams are even on reclaim. On mass generation, seems as though Team 2 in a huge advantage. Right now, Boxeroo, Urfe, and Zepheth on pretty strong economies. I'm guessing Scuzz was on a decent economy himself, but overall, Team 2 is somewhat... They're ahead by 40 to almost 50 mass a second, and almost over 5,000 mass total generated, which doesn't seem like a lot, but it definitely... Hot Soup lagging behind Boxeroo, his opponent. Overall, we're kind of just stagnating here for a second. No real fighting going on. Everybody's just trying to build up their forces, build up for an attack. So, gonna be a bit interesting to see how this out in... Over here to the northeast, we have a bit of unit spam coming out from the from Boba Fett. A little bit more than Quantum Typhoon. Boba Fett not going for any upgrades, not trying to match the Guncom out from Quantum Typhoon. Over here in the center, seems as though some Cerberus are now going up within the Grand, getting T2 on the comm. Seems as though he's going to try and stealth push in the Grand. I want to bring your attention to something really quick. If you build a stealth, that circle that you see moving right now, that's the stealth range. You don't need to do this. This is entirely inefficient. I think this is a template, but I would not click and drag that template. It's just going to screw your power generation in the long run. Quantum Typhoon asking for help in the chat. Over here in the middle, Zepheth and Urfe pushing forward. Zepheth with that region aura means his units are the units over here are gonna survive a little bit longer than they normally would. Maybe take a couple extra shots from the Mantis, another shot from a Cerberus, but overall, Urfe and Zepheth, I don't know if this is gonna be a winning fight. They're gonna have to fight through a lot of units. And these two Cerberus are going to be a significant threat. Zepheth now in a situation where he's run out of units. Urfe still has a decent number of units over here. In the Grand, just starting to fall back. Overcharge takes out the remaining two Cerberus. In the Grand, now in a spot of bother as he starts to get pushed back even further. The double gun comm is pushing him back quite hard. He has a lot of factories, maybe even too many factories. No, not quite. He's able to support... Oh, he's only running 4 factories, apparently. Yeah, only 4 of his, 15 factories are running. He needs more than that. He's losing territory rapidly over here on this northern side. Down here in the south, things still very quiet, very stagnant, except for the fact Boxeroo setting up a lot of base over here. He's going to be able to take over this area if he pleases. He's going to be able to get a lot of units out very soon to fight off those units from Geneva Convention, who's currently sending all of his units and all of his support to try and help out in the Grand against Zepheth and Urfe. Zepheth and Urfe in a difficult position now because strats are coming out onto the field. Hot Soup has strats. There's some ASF now built up for Boxeroo, but is it going to be enough? The strat is coming around for another pass. It seems as though it's focused onto Zepheth. Zepheth in a lot of trouble if this strat continues to attack unabated and unattacked by other units. Now there's some ASF out from Hot Soup coming out to protect the strat bomber that continues to throw shots down onto Zepheth. Zepheth starting to lose HP. He's down to 9,000. He's falling a little bit more, and slowly but surely it seems as though he's going to be killed off by this singular strat bomber. Needs some of these ASF out from Boxeroo to show up and try and help with the Strat Bomber, but is it gonna even be enough at this point? The Strat Bomber gonna come in for another pass. It misses or fails to drop somehow. And now might want to see another Strat Bomber out from Hot Soup. He's gonna need to get a lot of damage down onto the comm of Zepheth, who is trying to build T1 anti-air to save himself. Some ASF show up now for Boxeroo. Is Hot Soup gonna be able to kill these off with his own ASF? Is he going to be able to get the scalp onto Zepheth? All this and more to follow. 4 ASF get on top of the Strat Bomber and kill him off, so Zepheth manages to live to fight another day despite the Strat Bomber incursion. Strat Bomber probably could have been used to better effect, killing off Mexes at this point, but hindsight is 2020. Gun speed and range done for Boba Fett. Quantum Typhoon sitting on 3 ranks of veterancy though, and of course on equal levels of spam up here now. I think Boba Fett's going to have a little bit of a struggle getting back into this this fight over here. He's just still going to be in a losing position. He needs to do the Aurora micro damn near perfectly. Down here in the south, it seems as though Barg is trying to push onto the base of Fiasco, the forward base of operations, but it's just not going to work as Fiasco is now fully entrenched. He has Cerberus, he has a lot of unit production, he has T2 units on the field. That's just not going to work, Barg. Over here to the south, it seems as though Geneva Convention still microing pretty well against the units out from Boxeroo. Boxeroo sitting on the strongest economy of the game after taking over this area, and I'm sure he wants to take over a few more of these mexes. Fiasco taking over a ton of the map down here in the southwestern corner. Over here to the northeast, we still have Zepheth and Urfe trying to put some pressure down onto the comm and units and base of In the Grand, but doesn't seem to be effective as much as they, or as effective as they would like. Boba Fett now under possibly some Boba Threat as Quantum Typhoon starts walking up. He still has a few more units. Quantum Typhoon just seemingly in a better position right now. If he switches the comm to do some overcharges or just to fire at the Auroras will evaporate very quickly. It's a very fast death for these Auroras at the hand of the UEF gun comm. And Boba Fett gonna need to come up with a way to fight off all of this. Of course, it does help that Urfe is now showing up with some pillars in the back line to make Quantum Typhoon double think his aggressive strategies over here in the north. And overall, it seems as though we're gonna end up with a stalemate maybe. Over here in the middle, both Zepheth and Urfe forced to fall back. Zepheth now, I don't know where his comm went actually. Zepheth, where'd you put your comm? It was the only comm that was really low, so I guess maybe he just he's walking back home somewhere. Either that or I'm blind. Oh no, his comm is up here now. He's moved up here to try and help out in the fight against Quantum Typhoon, and left Urfe to fend for himself against the units of Geneva Convention and the Grand. Down to the south, it seems as though he didn't kill off all of Geneva Convention's units, but Geneva Convention has decided this fight isn't worth fighting, and he is fallen back a little bit. Do you have any kind of special fancy snipes coming out? No, we do not. Zepheth and Quantum Typhoon in a bit of a fight. Boba Fett also here. A lot of damage being poured into Quantum Typhoon, and Quantum Typhoon needs to fall back. He needs to get away from this. He needs to not die to this. This is his number one strategy. We currently see that Hot Soup is planning to strat snipe both Zepheth and Boba Fett. If he can manage to do that, that would be huge. But the question is, will there be an air response? Right now, it doesn't seem as though Boxeroo has enough air units over there to really help out. It'll take him a minute to respond. If you get 2 to 3 Strat Bombers out on the field right now, it's going to be one pass with 3 Strat Bombers or even 2. I think you can one pass both of these. You just need 2 to get them. So, gonna have to be very careful, or both Zepheth and Boba Fett, as they continue to push forward. They're going to really dismantle this forward production that was set up by Quantum Typhoon. But if they both die, that this is just a full win for Quantum Typhoon. The Strat Bombers start coming in. The ASF in close air support going to be able to really help defend against this. Quantum Typhoon saying hello in chat. And here we have the Strat Bombers coming in, both dropping onto the comm of Boba Fett. Is it enough? No, but Boba Fett left on 1600 HP, and if he explodes, he's going to lower the health of Zepheth by a large margin. And now there's ASF to protect this. There's some Inties in the air, but the Inties are not particularly quick at this, and now Boba Fett may just be dead. You can't dodge Revenant bombs. And now we're down to just Zepheth, and he may be one passable. And it looks like both Boba Fett and Zepheth are going to be dead at the same time. Another Strat Bomber coming in. There's 3 Strat Bombers in the air. I don't see how Zepheth survives. He's down into the red. 2 more Strat Bombs and he's dead. Here they come, and this is going to be the next ejection of the game as Zepheth is taken out by Hot Soup. Hot Soup coming out with the double scalp very early on, and this changes the balance of the game entirely. Boxeroo is very strong, but he's not strong enough, and now Urfe is left on an island in this northern area. It's just, he's almost asking to get strat sniped himself. He has shield on the comm. It'll take a little bit longer, but he's pushing, and his opponent has all of these strat bombers that you can just throw onto the comm of Urfe. This could be a triple ejection coming out from Hot Soup, the man with the plan in the back, and he is strat sniping everybody he can get his hands on. It does seem as though he's kind of forgot the strat bombers exist, so I guess I should stop hyping up the idea that he'll strat snipe Urfe, but a boy can dream. We haven't really paid attention to the south. Barg still firebasing quite hard, kind of falling into that category of low-rated UEF turtlers. But his firebase is working, admittedly. He's not really losing any territory, but not really gaining any either. He has some pillars showing up. It looks as though the firebase might be broken relatively soon. If Fiasco really wants it broken, he can have it broken. The T2 artillery being built by Barg is very expensive. He wants to keep that alive. Gonna need to build more defenses around that if he wants to keep it. The artillery could possibly force away Fiasco from this position, kill off these forward production facilities. We can see a few of them have lost a decent amount of health, and now there's more fire coming in. Is this going to be enough? The artillery takes out a few T2 units. Barg will hold. Over here in the northeast, we have ourselves Urfe. He's starting to kind of turtle up. He has a lot of units heading to the north to try and deal with the Mech Marine spam out from Quantum Typhoon. And I think he's going to try and regain the territory that was lost whenever Boba Fett died. Boxeroo on top of things, and if you want to look at some advice for things you can do to improve, if you don't do this, get your teammates' bases when they die. If it's not full share, you need that base. It's yours. If it's not full share, there's nobody's name written on it. Go build mexes. If your teammates reclaim the mexes and take them, fuck them. Who cares? But at least make the effort. Boba Fett even having mexes up here is kind of interesting. Getting reclaimed by the Grand, but... And, did I say Boba Fett? I meant Boxeroo. Boxeroo having mexes up here. And Boxeroo sitting on almost 300 mass a second. We're in the territory where he could get an experimental out relatively easily. He has a nuke launcher on the way. Could be very significant. He's trying to get up some hives to assist it. The nuke launcher like 90% done, just not quite completed yet. He has a decent air force. A bunch of strat bombers now coming out. 5 strat bombers in total. Trying to go for the comm of Urfe. Is it going to be enough? Does Boxeroo respond in time? There's shield on the comm, and there were some parashields in the mix to try and protect Urfe. He's down to half health on his shield. The cloaking on the ASF out from Boxeroo comes on, and he's going to try and get the air fight. Is Urfe going to get a second proc of the parashield? I'm not sure. The bombs come in, and now his shield is down. He's down to 15,000 HP. The ASF need to stop fighting. Boxeroo seemingly winning the air fight, needs to go kill off the strat bombers. Needs them dead right now. He can't afford to be losing Urfe. Urfe is one of the only people over here to even pay attention to this front, and he's having to pay attention to the southern front already in fighting Fiasco and Geneva Convention. The strat bombers are going to go down. Urfe is going to be left with around 10,000 HP, and the world is going to be very, very tense for the pink UEF over here in the north for the foreseeable future. He's gone T3. A lot of engineers. You gotta... I know why this happens. You usually forget. It seems as though he did build something with these. Yeah, he built the support factory, but what is the goal with all these? You're building a lot of T3 support factories, but I don't think you can support them. Honestly, I don't think Urfe can support what he's doing right now at all. But I think he wants to go for Titans. That's a fuck ton of Lobos. That is a lot of Lobos coming out from Quantum Typhoon. He's going to try and overrun the base of Urfe, trying to just quantity over quality. Decided not to tech up whatsoever. Still not even on Tech 2 land, as he's just going to throw Lobos at his opponent in mats. Down here to the southwest, I haven't really talked about it much, but Boxeroo silently building up a scary force. He's up to T3 land, he's up to bricks, he's pushing back Geneva Covention, who has Harbingers and such. He's just pushing back. He's going to be able to knock out all of this extra eco for Fiasco. Fiasco building Loyalists. Fun fact, Loyalists lose against bricks. He needs to start producing bricks. He needs to get his eco up to a point where he can try and contest this. Fiasco, I mean, sitting on a pretty decent eco himself, but he's about to start losing a lot of it. I'd like to see a lot of these mexes in the base go T3 very quickly. Geneva Covention trying to help out his green ally with Harbingers, but Harbingers, yet again, they also kind of just lose to bricks mass for mass. So overall, looking a bit desperate on this southern side. There's so many units, and T1 units are soaking up so much damage while the bricks are just dealing out so much. And it does seem as though this is going to be cleared out a bit. It's going to dissipate a little bit. Over here in the center, Fiasco losing his forward production. He's not going to be too happy about it, but T2 Clinkhammer Artillery are going to have words to say. Now that there are some Titans on the field in the north, Urfe now able to defend this territory a little bit better, but there's Strat Bombers out in the field, and the Strat Bombers are going to cause issues. This Strat Bomber going to come in, going to kill off a T2 Mex, and that's going to hurt Urfe just a little bit more, and it's going to continue to head south. We need to see these ASFs move. Boxeroo, I'm sure he's focusing on something else, but he needs to be on top of it. This is what you have to do. If you take over half the map, I'm saying you need to take all of the base. You need to take all the mexes. But after you've done that, you have to be everywhere. You cannot be playing zoomed in. You have to be zoomed out, and you have to be constantly looking for whatever the enemy is trying to do to kill you. Over here in the center, it seems as though Urfe is about to collapse. He's just under fire from so very much. He's taking so many shots. There's all these Strat Bomber pock marks on the ground, and he's just not going to be able to firebase through this. Trying to reclaim. He's trying to get out more Titans to fight all of this off, but the combined forces of Quantum Typhoons, mass Lobo spam, and the T2 units coming out from the Grand are going to cause him tons of issues, and he's just going to be forced back. I really just don't know what he could do. He's just 1v2, and it's going to be a very difficult situation for him. All of these Lobos coming out of the base in the north, you can argue that it's mass inefficient. You can argue that this reclaim is just going to help out Urfe, but Urfe just in a tough situation. At this point, I think firebasing may be the best option. You have so many T3 engineers, just throw all of your mass into firebasing. You're negative 100 mass a second, so I guess I can see why you're not doing that. You need to stop building T3 NGs if you haven't already. He has too many. But this fight just slowly pushing Urfe back. Urfe is calmed up to 5 ranks of veterancy, 13,000 mass killed. He's doing very good work with the comm, but he needs something other than the comm. He just needs some help. He needs one of his teammates to show up over here and give him a break, because he's fighting 1v2 and he's just not quite able to do it. Down here on the southwest, it's kind of the same story. Boxeroo is fighting 1v2, but at least he has 3 to 4 bases to do so with. Gonna be killing off some more eco of Fiasco. Fiasco gonna be forced back to his core mexes, and that's about it. Geneva Covention and Fiasco gonna be working together to try and defend all of this brick spam, but the brick spam kind of letting up. Seems as though Boxeroo is spending a lot of mass on something else. He's halfway done with the nuke launcher. Does he have any SMD opposition? There's an SMD now built up by Hot Soup. It's being heavily assisted. I think this SMD finishes before the nuke, so he's probably not going to be nukeable anytime soon. Over here in the center, do we have any other anti-nukes being thrown up by anybody? I'm not seeing any, but of course I could just be wrong and not seeing it, of course. Over here in the middle, we have a bunch of Lobos out from Quantum Typhoon making a run by the Titans. They're going to be able to get in here, and they're going to lose Omni. Boxeroo is going to lose his Omni radar. I don't know if he is the only one with one, but it's going to be huge if he is, because that means you're going to lose all sight of everything on the map, really. Now, of course, there is some pings out over here. It seems as though somebody's worried about something going on over here. Can't really tell. But Over here to the east, it seems as though Urfe may have stabilized. It still feels like he's losing territory, but it seems as though the calm in conjunction with all of the Titans are starting to get him a little bit of ground back, get him at least not losing territory as quickly. Like to see a few triads going up. I mean, yeah, triads would be nice. You can't really go for the point T1 point defense because the artillery just kills it. Titans trying to hold out this area. It just desperately needs some love from one of his teammates. It just needs these pillars to show up and help. It needs these pillars to kill off these artillery. These artillery are going to kill off the radar eventually, I'm sure. I don't think. Wow, are these just Riptides? Why Riptides? Berg making some interesting decisions. Some Strat Bomber play coming out yet again from Hot Soup, being very aggressive with his Air Force. A few Strat Bombers being built up now by Boxeroo. Wonder what that is for. He could be going for a snipe on the SMD. He's getting his T2 mexes over here to the east sniped. He has a very strong economy of 424, but his team overall massively behind economically, but managing to generate about the same mass. Very ahead on reclaim at the very least is Team 2, but Team 2 having a ton of struggles with all of the units coming out on this northern side. This northern side somewhat collapsing for Team 2. Team 1 doing very good on the ground game, and we can see everybody seems to have their own kind of priorities and agendas on Team 1, but they're all working very well. Quantum Typhoon and In the Grand are working pretty good together up here. I think that at a certain point, though, you have to realize that this Lobo spam isn't working, and Quantum Typhoon needs to come up with a new strategy. And In the Grand, I think, should probably just go T3. He has a ton of T2 production, but it's just not working out the way I think he wants it to. Overall, he's not going to get quite as much value out of all of these T2 production as would if he just free. But I'm not here to judge. Hindsight is 2020. These Titans working out very well for Urfe. I think he should probably go for some parashields with the Titans. They just make Titans better. They make every unit better. Mobile shield generators make every unit better, but specifically Titans get really good with it. There's a lot of synergy there. The extra HP on that DPS that the Titan has is pretty nice. Over here to the northeast, there's still, yet again, more Titans trying to kill off all of these Lobo spam. He needs to make sure he keeps moving, and he has to move in different directions. Otherwise, the Lobos just get really efficient trades against the Titans. Whenever you sit still with Titans, Lobos have a field day. A few units now trickling in from In the Grand. The Strat Bomber count up to about 6. Yeah, 6, almost about 7. I'm sure a 7th one's going to be finishing soon. Nuke Launcher going to be coming out very soon. Boxeroo sent units to Urfe. I think he sent this brick, which is just about to die to Hoplites, which is... Hoplites and Vipers are going to kill a brick, which is unfortunate for them. There's some T3 unit production now coming online over here on the northeastern side for Boxeroo. Boxeroo now on the western side. He has a Monkey Lord completed. It's killed off about 10 units. But this Monkey Lord in conjunction with the bricks basically means that that Geneva Convention can't really do anything down here. There's no way he's going to be able to push forward. There's a bunch of bricks now out from Fiasco. Fiasco and Geneva Convention also doing quite a bit of ecoing. Overall eco, Boxeroo in the lead, Hot Soup and Geneva Convention following, nearing 300, while Boxeroo is nearing 500 mass a second. Fiasco at 176, Barg at 111, and everybody else below 100. Overall, it's still a 3v5. Over here in the north, Urfe, his comm still getting huge value on all these T2 and T1 units, but when is he going to be able to stabilize? He's still just slowly losing territory. Seems as though Urfe has a very limited time left on the map. Where are the Strat Bombers? Trying to keep an eye on them on the mini-map at the very least. Urfe trying to hold out against all odds. Seemingly failing. The Monkey Lord in the bottom left still doing its own thing. There's some Whalers now coming in. for Boxeroo to try and help recover this situation that Urfe is in. Urfe's still stuck on mostly T1 and T2 mexes. He has 1 or 2 T3 mexes in his main base, but he's just not able to keep up with this production. Lobo's coming in at all directions. Any direction where a Lobo isn't coming in, there's T2 Cybern units. There's some bricks and whalers showing up to try and help this, but I don't know if it'll be enough. And overall, I think Urfe is going to hold, but at what cost? I mean, he's going to be practically a homeless man with a gun in a matter of minutes if this continues on the trajectory it has been. About 10 to 15 minutes here. Down here to the southwest, we have a Monkey Lord and Brick push coming out from Boxeroo towards Geneva Convention and Fiasco. Fiasco and Geneva Convention have enough to deal with at least the Monkey Lord, but I don't know if the bricks are going to be too much. I don't know. This seems like a dicey fight for both sides. I wouldn't want to take it if I was on either side, honestly. It seems like a very evenly matched kind of thing. I mean, it seems like Boxeroo would just have less, but the Monkey Lord is worth a lot in this fight, and it's going to take up a lot of DPS if they try and focus it down. The bricks are going to do a ton of DPS right back to the units guessing the Monkey Lord, so it's going to be a difficult situation, a difficult call for either side, honestly. Over here to the east, a large Lobo formation forming up, and Strat Bombers now on the way out for Boxeroo. Let's keep an eye on these Strat Bombers. Let's see if they are able to go to get anything significant done. Gonna watch them as they go around. They're gonna be over vision a couple of times, but is it gonna be pinged? Is it gonna be noticed? If they don't drop their bombs, they don't give you that beautiful sound that everybody associates with Strat Bombers. And if they don't drop their bombs, then they may just not be noticed. They're flying in over here to the north of the map, and they're heading towards the base of Hot Soup. I doubt they would be dropping anything over here onto Quantum Typhoon. There's a strategic launch detected. It does seem to be going for that anti-nuke. Are these Strat Bombers going to be enough to get rid of the anti-nuke? The ASF nowhere to be seen. The Strat Bomb's coming down, and does the anti-nuke die? And yes, it dies with a single pass. And the nuke is going to be coming down in just a minute. It's already about halfway across the map. I don't think there's any other anti-nukes. There's a bunch of Strat Bombers now built up for Hot Soup. The Strat Bombers coming in and around for another pass onto the air grid, but I don't think that's the right call. Maybe even go for Quantum Typhoon's comm. And looks like a few of them are targeted onto Quantum Typhoon's comm. Quantum Typhoon's comm down to 7,000 HP. There's still 3 Strat Bombers alive. This could be a huge scalp. The nuke lands, taking a little bit more HP off the comm of Quantum Typhoon. The ASF are microed by Hot Soup as he tries to avoid the nuclear explosion. The 3 Strat Bombs are going to fall, and I don't know if Quantum Soup can survive this. No, he cannot! And Quantum Typhoon couldn't survive this. Quantum Soup. I ship it. Quantum Soup. Hot Soup, change your name to Quantum Soup. As Quantum Typhoon dies. And that's going to leave Urfe in an infinitely better position than he was about 20 seconds ago, but still a horrible position. Down here on the south, it seems as though a fight is breaking out between Monkey Lord, Brick, Harbinger, and Brick. There's so much going on down here. Barg with just the fire base for the ages. This is his entire contribution to the game, is this fire base. And Fiasco, he's getting up a pretty decent economy, but the economy of Boxeroo is just steaming ahead. He just has so much mass income. He's building a Soul Ripper now. Attempts to deal with stuff. A GC on the way, starting off for Geneva Convention. Over here to the north, a bunch of Strat Bombers going after Urfe. They've tried to snipe Urfe so many times. 19,000 HP on the shield, 18,000 HP after the shield. The ASF come in, and Urfe is just gonna survive. Urfe is the cockroach of the northern side of this map. He just refuses to die. Throw a billion Lobos at him, not a problem. Throw a ton of T2 units at him, not a problem. Try and stat snipe him 3 times, not a problem. But is he going to be able to hold out forever? The question is holding enough? Right now, Urfe is playing to not lose, but he's not playing to win. And I know that's not necessarily his fault. His team did kind of collapse on this northern side. He was forced into a 2v1 situation. Needs to come up with some kind of plan, because it's definitely feeling like his plan is Boxeroo save me. Over here to the north, Laser, Ras, and T3 Comfort in the Grand. But this is super risky. There is no air presence from Hot Soup. Hot Soup has a grand total of 9 ASF. If Boxeroo sends like 12 T3 gunships, the 9 ASF die before anything significant happens. Ping's going on to end the Grand. There's a few gunships and some strat bombers sitting around. If in the Grand goes down, Urfe has a very good chance he can just start expanding to everything up here and get mass T3 units on his opponents. It's going to be a very key and pivotal moment right here as In the Grand starts walking around with his he's trying to build a hydro of all things. Power stalling? No, he's just living off of overflow. But what is he gonna do? He got laser on the comm, which I guess I get the logic behind getting laser. You want to push here, you want to finally break this base. But Boxeroo is now here with bricks and whalers. How's this gonna work? Whalers now showing up in the Grand, gonna have to deal with it. He does have some mobile flak and some mobile AA, which will be able to help him out a little bit, but needs to, he's messing around with templates. More strat bombers are coming in. He has a laser comm. If he could get onto these bricks, he could maybe get some veterancy, but he's going to try and dodge the strat bombs. The strat bombers do get shot down by Hot Soup, all of them. It's just whalers, but now he has to contend with bricks and Titans. And no, another strat bomber was here. It drops a bomb, 200 HP, a couple of shots from Titans, and he's dead, and he's dead! No, he got a rank of veterancy, he's still alive. He's trying to vet his way to life, but it's not gonna be enough. He almost gets another rank, but he's dead. And In the Grand is now ejected from this northern position, and that's gonna leave a ton of map control just immediately lost for Team 1. Team 1 in a horrible position. They got some really good early scalps. They got the double kill up here, but they weren't able to take advantage of it. Urfe just being the rock in the northern half of the map, and Boxeroo just taking over every dead player's position and playing it relatively well means that this situation is kind of starting to become untenable for Team 1. Down here in the north-south, or the southwest, they still have a fighting chance, but even here, Boxeroo looking unstoppable. He has such a huge force built up over here. I think there's a GC done now. Yes, GC just now finished for Geneva Convention. That might be enough to maybe turn the tables, but now they need to fight. Boxeroo feels like he can take this fight now, and that is dangerous, as well as the mass Percival showing up from Barg. Barg been very quiet this game, just firebasing. Well, now he has 20 or so Percivals just starting to walk over here. They're going to be able to kill off these Harbingers with volleys. The Harbingers getting repaired by hives, which is quite funny to me. Oh my word. I should have stratted Boxer, not Pink. Couldn't. Well, I have all air. I have air all game. I think 12 strat bombers could have killed Boxer if he got through with it. I think that Urfe didn't die because of shields. Multiple shields. One on his comm and one on the one shield to hide on. Oh. It seems as though a fight's brewing here. And it seems as though it's going to be epic, so we have some trebuchets in the back line, making this area kind of difficult to stand in for both Geneva Convention and Fiasco. And there's a huge fight about to break out as this GC goes forward. You need the Harbingers forward. Harbingers forward now. You need the bricks. There's a Soul Ripper now coming in. Soul Ripper, Monkey Lord, GC, all of this fighting. And to what end? All of these units being thrown at each other. GC going to be focusing down the Monkey Lord. The Soul Ripper out from Hot Soup now firing on all of the bricks. The Monkey Lord goes down very quickly. The ASF out from Boxeroo showing up to try and kill off the Soul Ripper. The Soul Ripper kites away, trying to survive, kites into the anti-air, the SMD. The GC now goes down. The bricks and Harbingers now just fighting it out. The occasional Percival now completely obliterated from the map. There's no more Percivals left. More bricks showing up in reinforcement. Trebuchet still raining death and destruction down on the battlefield. Soul Ripper still intact, wasn't able to kill it off. Another GC showing up in the background. And oh my god, another GC started in the background once again. And these units just duking it out. But in the end, it seems as though Geneva, Covention, and Fiasco having just enough to hold on and kill off all of this and creating the juiciest mass field this side of Kansas. 150,000 mass and growing. And it's right on the doorstep. Hell, there's hives in range of it. Actually, are there hives? There's some hives in range of it. You could reclaim a bit of it with hives. And Soul Ripper on Soul Ripper action. Soul Ripper is going to fight each other. Can you actually... Does the Soul Ripper use its main guns against another Soul Ripper? I feel like it should. But this Soul Ripper being attacked by like a few ASF out from Hot Soup. And the Soul Ripper out from Boxeroo trying desperately to stem the bleeding, trying to stop these units from getting in. And now a mass line of Monkey Lords being produced by Boxeroo. He's just trying to get anything out on the field to stop this attack. Over on the northern side, Boxeroo and Urfe starting to expand out. A Monkey Lord over here trying to stop any kind of damage going down from Titans. The Titans are going to be able to get in here. They could kill off the only anti-nuke, I think. Or one of the only anti-nukes. Could definitely get a kill on that anti-nuke if they wanted it, but deciding not to. Going to be able to kill off a support commander maybe even. Down here to the south, units fighting constantly. And a bug, a Soul Ripper coming down through the southern side of the map. Boxeroo should have eyes on this. You should just see it. Does he have a response? He needs anti-air. Support commander's dying. That was the one up there to the Titans. Now, this Titan is going to be trying to kill off another support commander or something of the like. Fiasco has built another experimental unit. I think that's another Soul Ripper. The Soul Ripper going to try and come in through the back, going to try and get in on the air grid of Boxeroo. And if he manages to fully kill off the air grid, that's going to be huge. That's going to be absolutely massive. A lot of this is unshielded. He can just go for the unshielded power generators. He's down to 9,000 HP, but 9,000 HP is 9,000 more than you need to do damage. He's gonna kill off one of the sneaky bug. He's gonna kill off one of the pigeons and it's gonna chain react. He's gonna kill off another pigeon. It's gonna chain react. He's gonna kill off all of the pigeons before the Soul Ripper goes down. Two pigeons are left, and overall, oh, he finishes reclaiming the other two pigeons. And the nuke launcher has a nuke ready to go. It has one nuke left in the chamber. A Tsar now on the way for Geneva Convention. Upon realizing that he has the lead there, Boxeroo probably in a power stall now, in a horrible, horrible power stall. And that's probably going to put Barg, nope, not Barg. Both Barg and Urfe have their own power. Okay. But overall, this northern side being expanded to, but now with this power stall, Boxeroo, he can't afford the production he'd been keeping up. I mean, I guess he can pause some things. He pauses all of his mass fabricators. Still in the strongest economy in the game. He can possibly rebuild. If anybody could, it'd be him right now. But he has to be careful, and I think you have to start going for mass SAMs. You gotta start dotting SAMs everywhere. After that incident, you need SAMs. Experimental air can get into your base. You gotta stop that. Using the Soul Ripper to try and defend. There's GCs now walking across the map, multiple from Geneva Convention. There's multiple Monkey Lords being thrown up in rapid succession, at least for Boxeroo. That is the bright side. And Boxeroo definitely has the advantage with the T3 units, man. Over here, there's a fight going on between the Soul Rippers, but it's obvious who wins this. The Soul Ripper of Boxeroo needs to fall back. He has a few ASF in the area. He's going to be able to shoot down this Soul Ripper most likely, but is he going to be able to maintain enough air units to continue fighting the now rebuilt Hot Soup? All of these questions and more to be answered in the matter of minutes. The experimental aircraft carrier now out on the field. The Tsar heading to the south. What is the plan for the Tsar? The GCs walking in. The Monkey Lords and Soul Rippers going to be able to try and defend this, but will it be enough? Bricks now on the front line, kind of being whittled down one by one. You kind of want to consolidate your forces against experimentals, especially when you're using T3 bots against it. This Monkey Lord is going to be going on a slim fast diet because it's going to be dying very soon. Boxeroo has built yet another Monkey Lord. DCs kill off that Monkey Lord. Are there enough bricks in the area? Bricks having issues with targeting. Now targeted onto one GC at a time, it does seem. Monkey Lord gets into range to fire its microwave laser. The Monkey Lord is just basically tanking a bunch of damage for the bricks to be able to get enough damage onto the GCs. One GC goes down, the other GC not long for this world with this many bricks firing on it. The Soul Ripper going to be able to come in and deal some decent damage. Multiple Monkey Lords now, though, coming out for Fiasco. And the Tsar out from Geneva Convention just going straight for the base of Boxeroo. Boxeroo is now launching a nuke, trying to help this. Could the nuke land on the Tsar? That would be... I wonder if that's a thing. Can the nuke land on the Tsar? Unsure, because it's going to miss. But Boxeroo dies. The nuke, I don't know where it was launched, but there's a low chance of that landing. I mean, I guess if it was launched here, it could land. But Boxeroo taken out of the game, and instantly like that, the power vacuum is too strong. The suck is too good. And it's almost assured now that Team 2 has lost. There's a ton of Titans over here, but there's a Monkey Lord kind of stopping any progression from Urfe. Barg is not long for the world as Azar is going to be coming for his base. He does have some anti-air, some SAMs, but this Tsar could literally just land on his comm and probably kill him if it gets any amount of some meaningful damage. The Tsar, I think, going to go down momentarily, but is that going to be enough? Does Barg die to this? Barg doesn't die, but his fire base is down, and now there's a Soul Ripper on top of him. A second Tsar has finished up, and with that, we will go ahead, wreck the Soul Ripper out from Fiasco, give you some cinematic shot, and let this game get to its natural end. I'll put it like this, because eventually he's probably going to just send this up to the base of Urfe. Thank you all for watching. You've been beautiful. Thank you to my Patreons. You all help out so much, and thank you to the channel members. Consider checking out my channel membership or Patreon if you like this content, if you like the fact that I put out so many Favcasts. Every bit of support helps keep that happening. So please consider it. Consider helping out the channel. Yeah, you all are beautiful. I think that Barg just died. It was Tsar. And the Soul Ripper and Tsar are going to be heading towards Urfe, the man who has withstood everything thus far. But unfortunately, I think that this is too much, and I think he will crumble underneath the weight of the air experimentals heading his way. I'm going to go ahead and stop talking now. Bye.